What is up, my pleasure babies? Welcome back to a Monday's episode. I am so sorry for not being present last Monday. I know I always say it, I will be back every single Monday. And you know what? Sometimes life throws you lemons and a bitch had to make some motherfucking lemonade. So I actually went through a huge transition, or am going through a fucking... It's just wild. I'm not gonna elaborate. But anyways, let's just not get into that. Let's be serious. You guys came here for the sex tips of the week, or the not so taboo. So what is on the menu for today? Well, if you follow me on social media, you know already. So we're gonna be talking about all the types of curves. Which curve hits what pleasure spot for your partner so you can knock their fucking socks off, because that's really what we're here for, right? Is a really good sex. But first, before we dive into that, you know what to do. And if you haven't done so already, what are you waiting for? Please like this video and do not forget to subscribe, because yes, every single Monday, and I mean almost every single Monday, except for last Monday, I will bring to you the taboo topics of the week, the stuff that is not talked about in our society, and I will lay it out and bring it to the table. Now, let's get started for what you guys actually came here for. So the type of curve that we are going to be talking about today is obviously the penis curve. And we already know already, and if you don't, I'm here to tell you, no penis ever looks the same. However, I have broke them down into 6 different types of curvature. So we are going to start with the one that curves up. Now, I'm a huge foodie, so I'm gonna compare these penises to foods. All right, so the curved up one kind of reminds me of a banana. You know how it has that slight curvature in it that just goes a little bit more up? Well, I mean, at least when it's erect, it goes up. Hopefully it doesn't go up when it's flaccid, because then you might have a broken penis and you should probably go to your doctor. Now, with having an upward curved penis, this kind of puts you ahead of the ball game. So yeah, orgasms aren't the end all be all, but that is kind of what we show up for. We want to give our partner pleasure and we want to experience pleasure ourselves. But having this type of curvature to your penis allows you to have a little bit of an advantage to hit that G spot, the A spot, which is like the female prostate. And if you like butt stuff, obviously that upward curvature is going to hit your prostate as well. So the awesome thing about having this curvature is going to be the fact that really, honestly, any position is going to be amazing. Because of the curvature, you are getting all those access to all the goodies and all the good spots. However, missionary for some reason just rocks the world all the time throughout. And if you are a vulva owner yourself, it is your time to get on top and to ride, because that is the exact spot that you need to hit to get the waterworks. The next one we're gonna get into is the exact opposite. So like the banana is curved up, we're gonna turn that banana and we're gonna curve it down. And this is the curved downward penis. Now, essentially what that looks like is, you know, when you have a flaccid penis, obviously it is pointing downward. That same thing still happens when it becomes erect and filled with blood. Like the upward curve, the downward curve also gives you an advantage. It just depends on how you use it and how you position it. And it gives you an edge to hit all those pleasure spots around the vaginal canal, the vaginal walls, and your anus. But the real key here, when you have that downward curve, is to flip your partner face down. This allows you to hit them at a different way. So when we're face up and you have a curvature up, you're automatically going to be pounding that G spot. Now, if you take your partner and flip them on their belly, that is exactly what is gonna allow you to pound their G spot. It's just reversing of the roles. So the pro tip for this one is to do a rear entering positions. And that doesn't have to be anal. That can literally be doggy or anything where your partner is face down and booty up. Number 3, because we're just gonna hammer through these. Hammer through these. Man, I have, just don't even get me started. So this penis has a noticeable curve to the left or to the right, whichever way that banana that has been up, it has been down, and now it's to the side, this way, okay? The C, this is the C. What is shaped like a C that is not a banana? Well, I'm just gonna keep using the banana because we're on it already, and that's the only fucking thing that I can think about. If you can think about something else that is shaped like a C, that is a food, please drop it in the comments because I'm curious. Now, if your partner is rocking this C-shaped curve, this is your time to experiment with the best angles possible. Positions that allow you to kind of work your way and work your curve towards the vaginal canal and the G-spot, giving you the same advantage of those other banana shapes. So this is the ones where you kind of contortion your partner into what feels good for them so that you can hit their pleasure spots. Now the pro tip here is to actually position your partner on their side, using your penis whichever way it curves to, whether it be left or right, to your advantage. I want you to think about using the curve in the way that it points to the moon, so to the sky essentially, or to the stars, but I like the moon. So the pro tip for this is actually gonna be the T-bone position. This is where the receiving partner is going to be lying flat on their back and you are going to be lying on your side in between their legs. Now the only shitty thing about this position is that you do need a fair amount of space. So like if you're like trying to smash on like a double or like a single or a couch, it's probably not gonna happen. You need at least a king or a queen size bed, or you could just move to the floor. When you're in between their legs, one of their legs is actually on your shoulder and the other one is on the side, giving you that kind of T position, hence where we get the name T-bone. Now, if I actually had a partner right now, I would totally show you, and you know that because I have done in other videos, but I don't have a partner, so I actually can't show you. So if you need more of a visual, you definitely for sure can look up the T position or the T-bone position. They go by a couple of different names. And that's the one that if you have that C shape, oh my God, a sausage is shaped like a C. A sausage is shaped like a C. Yes, a sausage, a chorizo sausage is shaped like a C towards the left or towards the right. So yes, having your partner flat on their back and you are laying on their side is gonna give you a maximum penetration with depth, hitting those vaginal walls and hitting the G-spot, or I mean the booty, the anus, if that is what you are into. So that sounds exactly the way it looks. It's just straight up, which I guess in this case we can maybe say it's like a cucumber, or if you're looking for more of a visual, it's the same shape from shaft to head. With no angles to accommodate here, you can pretty much do anything you want. So the world is your oyster. So you can choose to have whichever sex position that you want, not really having to worry about anything. Now, the pro tip for this one isn't necessarily gonna be a position, but this allows you to access all the other erogenous zones in the body because you're not maneuvering around which curvature your penis goes to. So whip out a sex toy and stimulate maybe another part of their body because you have the advantage of just having a straight up penis. So what are you doing? Use it. Communicate with your partner and figure out what rocks their world and what makes them feel good. So number 5 is something that I like to call the cone-shaped penis. This is where it is girthier at the base and slowly gets tapered and thinner towards the top. Now, like all other penis shapes, this one does have some really awesome advantages. The narrow head makes it extremely easy for entry with little to no pain. Also, there shouldn't be any pain when you are doing penetration. If there is, you're not warming up for long enough. Maybe there's a health condition or you need to use lube. Lube is your friend, no matter what size you are. So the narrower the head and the wider the base allows you to control the depth of penetration and slowly starting to stretch them out. So it tapers as it goes along. Now the pro tip here is if you guys are both open to anal. Because let's be serious, the cone-shaped dick actually reminds you of an ice cream cone or a butt plug. Now, the butt plug is very interesting because it starts off narrow and slowly starts to get thicker, but that is specifically to avoid tearing and uncomfortability. Now, you have an advantage with the smaller head and gradually getting bigger, so it's an easier entry, and you can control the amount of depth that you have to slowly start to stretch the anus. Now, keep in mind, if you are doing anal with no lube, that is just cruel. Who are you? You need to check yourself because they make anal lube that is absolutely amazing. And if you're doing butt stuff with no lube, what? Like, no. Cruel, ouchie, no. Now, if butt stuff isn't something you're into, doggy position is definitely a must here, just because the entry and the depth is gonna give you the most out of these sensations for your partner. Now, last but not least is going to be the mushroom or the hammer, whichever you would like to call it. And this is exact reverse of the last one we just talked about. So this one is actually gonna be wider at the head and get narrower with the shaft. Yeah, exactly like a mushroom. Now, the amazing thing about having this mushroom tip or the girth at the end gives you a little bit of an advantage to stimulate those vaginal walls and the rectile walls, creating a lovely friction that will feel amazing for both of you. Now, the pro tip here is going to be a little bit different. Because you are girthier at the head of the penis, you want to have their legs more open. Now, when you do have their legs a little bit more spread open, it allows the vagina to expand and open to allow the mushroom tip to come in deeper. And for the vulva owner, it allows us to stimulate the clit. So there is a plenty of room for a dual orgasm. Now, if you're looking for positions, a missionary is a good one, cowgirl is another, and my personal favorite, reverse cowgirl. These are all mushroom tip friendly. Now, as easy as it was for me to run through all 6 of those different penis shapes and curves, there is more about the penis than just the curves, the textures, the shapes, the diameters, the widths, the girths. All of those are the exact same thing, but I'm just throwing words at you, and I want you to know whatever you have, whatever you are holding, whatever your partner is holding, love them for what they have and figure it out. An open line of communication is the best way to have organic chemistry in the bedroom. And I will stand by that because I talk about communication in every single video, and I'm never gonna shut up about it. Communication and lubrication. Those are your 2 main ones. Obviously, and consent is in there too, but like I didn't feel like I needed to add that, and then all of a sudden I did feel like I needed to add that. So consent comes first, then lubrication, and then consent, communication, and lubrication. Boom, let's go. Okay, Miranda can talk today. Sorry, it's been a rough week, you know, but I showed up. I'm here. We're here for it. And I really hope that all of these tips and tricks will help you put your stick, your hammer, your mushroom, your cucumber, your cone, whatever it might be, to good use in the bedroom this evening or for your next intimate relationship. And I would just like to remind you, if you haven't done so already, now is your time to hit that subscribe button because I know you watched the whole way through and I know you enjoyed it and I know you love my tips, so come subscribe. And I will see you next Monday, babies.